Strong Tower Con in Waukesha, Wisconsin. I've got Randy and Ellen Kirby.
What's up?
Yo.
With me. Randy and Ellen love the board game industry, have been a part of the Dice Tower for almost 3 years, contributing short segments to board game breakfast and
Very
game
good.
previews.
Did you do this research yourself?
I
Because
did,
definitely
yeah.
did not provide that. Sorry. I was supposed to.
They also have a YouTube, Instagram account under the handle We Game Together that are filled with live plays, posts on what they're currently playing, unboxings, other shenanigans.
Yeah, shenanigans for sure.
Randy
We
and
use
Ellen,
shenanigans
welcome.
from time to time.
I would say we specialize in the shenanigans part, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all seem like a shenaniganing
yeah.
couple.
Well, yeah.
Very much.
So you've been a part of Strong Tower pretty much since the beginning. Like you've been to all
Yeah.
3 events.
Yep.
Yes.
How much of it has it grown compared to the first one?
It's definitely grown, yeah. I mean, honestly, I was surprised at how big the first one ended up being.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not grown like a ton, but it's grown by at least 10% each year.
Yeah.
Which I think is good, especially for a brand new convention. For an area that's not really light on conventions. So,
True.
there's
Yeah.
plenty
Yeah,
of
good
conventions around as well. So
Yeah, did you know there's a romance novel convention happening right now the same weekend here?
Are you serious?
Wait, in this building?
No, not here in the
okay, like
building.
in this area.
Here in this
you're a
area.
writer.
Yeah, because we've had like at the
Gotta
old the last one we had, what was it?
It was a stamp
Stamps,
collection.
right? Yeah, okay.
A
Well,
stamp.
in the same
Stamp
building?
collecting.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the first
It was
one? Wow.
fascinating. I wanted to go in there, but they were pretty persnickety about their collection. They were very guarded about it.
You would
I tried to peek in, and they were like, "No, ma'am." I'm like, "Okay."
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Because there's plenty of people coming over and peeking their heads into our area. And we were very much like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" Well, I guess it was a one-way street.
A one-way street for sure, yeah. But you know what's so cool about this convention, though, is I think the reason why I think it was successful out of the gate. It's run by convention goers. This is not people being like, let's try to do this, or I've kind of been gaming for a year or whatever I really want to do. We've been to so many conventions. Everybody who's running it, putting it together, are well versed in how these things work.
Yes.
And so I think we got a lot of the kinks out immediately. It just was really smooth right out of the gate.
Took a lot of cues from other conventions
Yeah.
that we liked, parts that we did like, parts we didn't like.
Right.
Ellen and I obviously are on the staff and everything. We help, but we do a little bit.
We don't do that much.
We do not as nearly as much as a lot of the people there. So I don't want to make it seem like we're running this thing or anything. But
Yeah, no.
the people that are behind this are just fantastic, and I think the convention's has run really well.
Absolutely.
We're not losing people, so that's always a good thing.
We're not losing people. That's a good thing.
Your answers were pretty similar to what Aaron DeMaster said earlier
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
interviewed him. Is
And
y'all were
Aaron's
able
the
to
mastermind, yeah.
He is.
y'all
yeah.
were able to
I
really
didn't want to call
nail
him out by
down
name, but yeah.
nail down the things that you were doing wrong quick
Yes.
and correct
Yeah.
them. And it's just been, I think he said the same thing, about 10% each year of growth,
Yeah.
which I think is fantastic.
It is.
So let's focus on you two a bit. What made you both fall in love with board games to begin with?
Oh my gosh. Randy, take it away.
I'll start. So I've always been a bit of a gamer, I'd say. Growing up, a lot of the mass market games and things, but even then, it's like stock market game, careers.
Oh, really?
Some of those games that have some card play, not just rolling and moving and that.
So strategy.
Yes, but not Avalon Hill stuff and things. I didn't even know any of that existed, and I got out of it for a while because I just never really had anybody to play with, and I stumbled across the Dice Tower through tabletop. With Wheaton. Will Wheaton. What is it? Tabletop?
I don't know what the show is, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Tabletop. I think it's just called Tabletop. Anyway,
Will
with
Wheaton and his
Wheaton's
weird
show.
beard.
There you go.
So I found his stuff, and then my first thing was buy all the stuff that's on the show, basically.
Everybody's first move. Oh, I like gaming. Buy everything.
Like, that looks fun. I'm gonna play this, and then right. So I would try to get Ellen into it because we were looking for something to do that wasn't just sitting on the couch,
Watching TV, which is still one of my favorite pastimes.
Which is great.
No
Absolutely.
judgment.
But something that was a little bit more communicative, that we could play together and actually spend some time talking and thinking and whatever. And I think we probably had, 40 or 50 games before I actually found something that Ellen liked.
Yeah, I hated them all.
I tried the co-ops. I'm like, okay, she's competitive. Maybe we could try a co-op. I tried a lot of the lighter stuff. I tried Ticket to Rides, all these different games. And finally, I'm like, you know what? Why don't you pick out a game? Pick out something. And then Ellen picks out.
So I picked out Castles of Burgundy, and the reason was because I like castles and I like the color burgundy, and I know that the game's not talking about the color burgundy. Everybody corrects me on that. I'm like, I know, it's a place.
Yes. We know it's not the color.
So
it's
I
great.
literally chose it for its name, and lo and behold, I flippin' loved it.
And I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah.
I said, you like Castles of Burgundy? It's like, and I had not played it either, but I knew about it, and I'm like, well, I'd really like to try that one out. And obviously, it's a Euro game, a very dry Euro game, really. Not the most beautiful.
I think it's beautiful.
Package. But yeah, we played that,
Yeah.
and it just turned out that we both absolutely love Euro games, and that's pretty much how we do everything
So-
now, is
Yeah.
Euro.
So it was basically like, fine, you pick something.
Yeah.
I don't know what to pick. This one has a cool name. Let's try
That's
it,
the
and you
story.
lucked out.
That's the story.
Lucked out.
Yeah.
Lucked
And
out
you would
is
think like
100%.
the competitive, Randy said, oh, she's competitive, so let's try, whatever. That actually is a problem because I'm too competitive, and so when I play against my amazing husband, I sometimes want to throttle him. So it doesn't always go too well for me.
It's okay.
When,
But you'd rather play. You still hate co-ops.
Oh, I hate them.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what to do on my turn, baby.
I don't get to play games with my wife because she established very early on that she's too competitive to play to where she'll flip the board. Oh. She bought me, when we were still dating, she bought me a very nice chess set because I loved playing chess, still do. And we got into our first game and she just...
No.
Wow.
And she actually did it.
Physical flip.
So I've done that on Tabletop Simulator, not in real life.
Yeah, it's a little less
I wanted
painful
to,
on that one.
and I definitely cannot hide my feelings when we're doing like a live stream and I'm getting angry at him. It's there, yeah.
true.
People have called me out on it, and I'm like, I'm a bad sport. I can't help it. I'm working on it.
Our first couple of years of live streaming, it was very much heart on the shoulder, on the sleeve kind of a thing. Like
Yeah.
you could tell she was like ticked off.
I try not to do that anymore, but it doesn't always work. I'm not gonna
Why
lie.
are you doing that to me? Things like that.
So are y'all still live streaming? I'm asking because I've noticed that you
Yeah.
haven't had a new video on the YouTube channel in a
Matt.
while.
Hey, you had to bring that up, huh? Okay.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks for making us feel bad. Yeah,
been
This
a
year has
year.
been an exceptionally. Yeah,
I quit. I'm leaving this interview right now.
This year has been an exceptionally busy year for us personally. And
Yeah.
that's really what it is.
Okay.
So oftentimes we'll have time on Mondays, which is
Yeah.
when we usually do it. But then Monday morning rolls around, Monday afternoon rolls around, and we're like, yeah.
It's literally just been thing after thing after thing, and not even all bad stuff. Like there's a lot of blessings that are going down in our lives right now.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting a room built onto our house. My son, our youngest, is autistic, and there was a whole situation with his therapy, but that's getting worked out. It's amazing, but it's just constant, emailing people, figuring things out, setting up
Right.
dates for meetings, and it's just a lot. And then we have a photography business, so.
So
Constantly
we're
doing
just
things
taking
and-
time off to acclimate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Find
That's
a new
how
normal.
we make it
We're
sound
behind
nice that way.
doing games that we should be doing and things like that. But that,
Yeah.
that's just kind of the nature of things.
Every once in a while, people are like, "Are you guys dead?
Yeah.
Are you
Right,
okay?"
yeah.
And I'm like, "You're fine."
We'll
We're
stream.
trying.
We'll stream. What we streamed once a few weeks ago, and we had
Okay.
some vacations and stuff. Anyway, and I'm surprised at how many people are still like hanging around. To be honest, sometimes you go
Just
live
waiting
and
for
they're
the
like,
next
"Hey, wait,
one."
wow."
Yeah.
Incredible. It's really incredible, actually. Just our little cute following, and
Yeah.
people are like, "Oh, there you guys are. How have things been?" I just think that's the sweetest thing here, and that's
Mm-hmm.
so much. That's what's awesome about board gaming is the bonds and connections that you make with
Yeah,
people.
the community it
I love
builds.
it.
Yeah. What has been your most surprising review of a game? Like which one surprised you the most? Of hey, I actually like this, or maybe surprised you in the other way.
No, yeah. So I actually just walked past this game, and I'm like, "Hey, we did a video on that." The game Distilled.
Oh, okay.
We
That's
did-
Yeah.
It's an alcohol-based
Yeah, it's an
game,
alcohol.
right? Yeah.
I don't drink at all, like at all, and I don't know anything about it. But I just love the game, and a lot of people. I love games for themes. That's kind of why I loved Castles of Burgundy. So theme does matter to me. Those stupid churches are like theme doesn't matter. You know what? Yeah, it does. It does to me. So, but
Yeah,
anyway,
I don't care
I have
about theme at all.
He doesn't care at all. But I'm very theme based, and so for me, I cannot relate to that game at all. But why is it the funnest? Like it's fun.
That's
So
interesting.
that's kind of mine.
Yeah, that's actually would be way up there, to be honest. honest. I'd probably put Mosaic up there to a degree.
Okay.
I'm not a huge like area control kind of a thing, and that's a small part of it, really. Ultimately, it's got a lot of card play, which I really like. So things like Arc Nova, Terraforming Mars, Mosaic's got a lot of card play. I'd say that one I enjoyed a lot more than I thought I would going into it. Yeah.
That's cool. So how has, this is going to be possibly a very deep question or possibly very shallow.
I'm going to have to leave.
How does your faith influence your work in the game space?
Oh my goodness, I love that question actually. So we use, in anything in life, anything can be a ministry, right? Because you're a walking ambassador, you're a light for Christ. So anywhere you go can be a mission field. When we first started doing board gaming out of our house, I was very closed off to the idea of having strangers in my home. I mean, I raised my kids there, right? It's like our private space. It's your sanctuary, your safe haven. I'm like, I don't want a bunch of strangers in my house doing board game night. And so I was about ready to kind of kibosh it and, limit of 5 people and we got to know them. And I really kind of felt convicted about that. And I prayed about it. I'm like, I really feel like the Lord is just wanting us to open up our space for anybody. And obviously we have things set in place to make sure it's going to be safe. I don't, but we have had no issues as far as that goes. It's just been an amazing ministry. We've actually had people come to know the Lord through gaming at our home. Really deep spiritual talks till 2 a.m, impacting people around that were just listening that weren't saved or aren't saved. So I have seen God do amazing things in our board game ministry just by playing games in our home and simply being, a little more open-hearted towards people that maybe, I don't know, normally wouldn't.
No, I think that's exactly right. We didn't do anything specific, and not that you really can, but we didn't even go into it thinking that we were going to create some sort of atmosphere or have some sort of prayer beforehand or something like that, right?
Beforehand.
Right. We just made it an open, welcoming house, and we're friendly, and just made gaming the focus on gaming just as much as the conversation. So half conversation, half games, and we played heavy games. We played all sorts of stuff, but just not being so focused on the game that you can't talk in between turns.
Right.
I mean, games take way longer at our house, not because of AP, but because of conversation.
Yeah, that is so accurate. That is so accurate. But that's, living for Christ, when you just live in Him, He flows out into the things that you do, the decisions that you make. And so like Randy said, it wasn't even a thing we decided to do. It was just okay, Lord, I'm just going to let you take this and see what happens. And just by living it out, it's been an amazing, amazing thing to see.
Yeah, I think that really speaks to the idea of the power of the open table.
Yeah.
And how God can come in and use that space.
Yep.
In ways that we didn't expect. I mean, I think that's absolutely fantastic. Just the idea of you opening your home to that is too. I can, as you were saying, your reservations about it, I'm thinking, I would have those exact same feelings.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
But it's absolutely wonderful. That's beautiful. Fun, possibly challenging question to end on.
Those two.
What in the board game space has you excited right now?
You go ahead, babe.
Well, I got pulled away from a game of Forges of Ravenshire.
There you go. For this interview.
Which I am very much looking forward to. So I'm going right back to that. That looks fun.
Oh, my God.
I've been out of kind of the news scene for sure.
Yeah.
I think I've played maybe, 6 to 10 tops new games this year. It's just been that kind of generally dry for us.
Yeah.
But that is one that I was looking at that
I've heard a lot of good
really
things about that one.
Yeah. Fairly, from what I understand so far, because we're only halfway through the teach, it's not light, but it's mid-ish weight. It's getting crazy great reviews from a lot of people, and so, definitely looking forward to that.
I don't have an answer to that question other than I'm excited for things to slow down so that I can get back to visiting with people and going to cons again and actually seeing what's out there, because I literally have no idea as we sit here what's going on out there.
Yeah. And y'all have just really showed up to the event today, and so you've got the whole weekend to come.
Yeah.
Yep. Today's been all right. There's been a lot of good energy in there. Saturday show is going to be
Saturday's busy.
It's going to be nuts. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited to see it.
We love it.
Well, thank you all so much for sitting down with me. To wrap things up, what can we promote? Links, handles?
Yeah,
What
we
do
came
got?
together on wherever you get your content from.
Yep.
We will be. We will
We
be at
will
some
be.
point starting up our Mondays on a regular basis. One thing that we really wanted to commit to this year was top 10s because we just love doing those.
Those are fun.
And we
did
haven't done
all
any.
the work. We got
I
all
know.
the new games. We played them. We made it
I
a
know.
mission to play new games, and we cranked them out. We had people over to help us like play these things, experience them at different player counts. And then when it came to time to record, no.
So,
Yeah,
like
no.
I said, we're just trying to get back into the swing of things.
Yeah.
The easiest thing for us to do is not pre-recorded content because then I have to edit and things, which is fine, and I enjoy it, but you only have so much time. But our live
Right.
content on Mondays. So we will be coming back to that
We'll be
here
coming back.
And you
short,
do
very
have
soon.
quite a library of videos on YouTube
Yeah.
already. And
Yeah.
the beauty of a lot of board gaming content is it's evergreen, pretty
Yeah.
much. So,
Absolutely. And we're very active on
yeah.
Instagram. So if you kind of want to see like what we're up
Yeah.
to, that's where it's easy to take a picture and post it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's where we're pretty active if you want to.
Yeah, we do this very much as a hobby, just for fun. We're not looking to get any monetary gains out of it. We're not even looking for free games, none of that kind of stuff. So the second that we just get stressed, that's kind of one of the first things to unfortunately go because it's just kind of on the with all the other things going on. But that's how life is, and that's just where the
I said, if
position
this is
in
a
life we're
hobby, I
in.
want to have fun. If it ever feels stressful, we got to back out a
That's
little
true.
bit, and then we'll come back when we're ready, and that's what we're doing. So,
Yeah.
And
true.
we were very soon to be ready again.
yeah, absolutely. I'm excited.
I do hope that things slow down a bit so that y'all can get back into the swing of things the way you were before. Thank y'all so much for joining me and for
Thank
making it a point to
you.
come over here. If you are listening on LTN Radio, the video version of this interview will be available on our YouTube channel in a week or two. Keep an eye out for that. But if you're on LTN Radio, keep it right here. We've got some more music coming up for you and another interview on the way. Stick around.